Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to another episode of Keep It Moving Podcast. I am your host, Novelty. Joining me today is the lovely JT.
What's happening?
And Mike B.
What it do?
How's everybody doing?
I'm good.
Well,
I'm good.
I'm here.
We're glad.
That's
Maybe.
a good thing.
We'll see.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? We talked a little bit of noise. I can't even really say we talked noise about you not being here last week or the last episode. I will say that with you not being here, with you not doing, your hate and what you do. Let me just say what you do. You call it what you want to towards Novelty.
It was lovely.
She took and started hating on herself. I said, well, damn, you can't even let it go. She was channeling her inner JT and just coming up with quips that you would normally say about herself.
She was missing me. That's what it was.
Yeah, definitely she was missing me.
It happens.
Anywho.
To the best of us.
So everybody wanted to tell you, or a lot of people commented on the page to tell you that they were hoping you would feel better soon.
Oh, yeah.
Personally, I could care less one way or the other.
Just like that.
Just like that. But we are glad to see you back.
Oh, yeah. I'm feeling well.
Good. So how's everybody's week?
I'm about to say, if you say, how's everybody doing again, we're going to have to do contract negotiations. we need to talk. This week was pretty cool, in my opinion, because I was so focused on the holiday weekend that I didn't really care.
You was just waiting.
I was ready.
Yeah.
3-day weekend coming up. And plus, I got paid yesterday, so it's a paid holiday weekend. You can't really go wrong with that.
I can believe it. It was my first week back because I wasn't at work for like a week and a half. And so I did absolutely nothing. I put in my head, I'm catching up. And that was it, But I didn't catch up on,
Catch up on nothing.
I didn't do no reports. I'm transferring folk, that I just don't want to speak to. I'm hanging up.
Oh,
I'm pushing
wait
release.
a minute. You sure you want to say that?
Don't go to work Monday, you're fired.
You're hanging up on.
I'm like, it's just jokes. It's just jokes.
Right.
They gonna listen to all your
WWE.
calls.
Right on.
But yeah, I'm all right.
I don't think I've ever been away from work for like a week. For some reason, and I don't know why. This is my mentality.
You're a company man.
And I feel like that my job can't survive without me.
Yes, they can.
I know good and hell well they can, because they'll fire my black ass for chewing bubble gum. But for some reason in my mind,
I don't say nothing
I be
that.
thinking
Like they can do it their damn selves. That's how I'm thinking when I'm off. I ain't thinking they can't do nothing without me.
They be all right.
I'm like, they can do
like,
what they
you know what, they
goddamn
need
selves.
me. So, because sometimes I'll be getting up in the morning like,
Funk
I
that.
just do not feel like going in, but I'm like, but they need they need me.
You need to pray off that demon.
Is it a demon?
That a work
Is
demon.
it-
that ain't what you want.
Well, I took last week off.
Yeah, you traveled.
Yes, with a 6-year-old and an 18-month-old.
Where'd you go?
I went to Georgia to see my grandma.
Okay.
Yeah, right on.
I went with my mom and my nephews.
This your maternal grandmother?
Yes.
Okay.
Went with my mom and my nephews. It's about Georgia from Kansas City to Atlanta is about 12 hours. My grandmother lives right outside of Atlanta, so she, at most 13 hours.
Okay.
I can normally do that trip in 10 hours.
Why? You speeding?
Of course, straight through
You
Kentucky.
want to get there.
But no, you want to get there alive though. It ain't about.
You get there, you
I'm
be
not
on a
dead
straight
yet.
road unless you
Don't make me bring up the time when we were riding with your ass.
We
to
got
Atlanta.
there, and we got there good.
And how many times I have to change my underwear?
But that's you, might be. You change your underwear just walking down the stairs with ice on it.
So I'm the problem.
Yes.
You the problem, yeah.
Because I want to, remain safe.
Yes,
Might be the problem.
You the problem.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, but it took us 17 hours to get down there.
Now, that's
what's the
ridiculous.
problem now?
The problem was the 1.5-year-old and the 67-year-old.
Who was the 67-year-old?
My mother.
Okay.
She couldn't take the 1.5-year-old crying, and about every hour or so he would cry.
Just for no reason?
Well, he's
What's his
strapped in
problem?
a chair. He wants to get up. He wants to walk around. He wants to move.
You know, there was a time where parents used to kind of on the
you
slick
know,
give the baby like something
Somebody,
that's
I was about to say,
make him
where
go
the
to sleep.
Benadryl at?
Begging her.
Where
I'm
the
like,
Henny at?
You got a little whiskey you can put on his
Where you put it in the
pacifier.
sippy cup with some juice?
Yeah, not saying that
He'd
that's
be
what
so-
you're supposed
he'd
to
be
do.
but he'd be all right.
But
though.
hey, parents back in the Gap, and I'm surprised your mama don't know this. They knew how to prepare kids
probably
for a
soothe
road
his
trip.
I
stomach.
think
too.
she knows it. She just don't want to do it with him. Those are her precious grandbabies.
Funk that. You going to
So
sleep,
we
buddy?
stopped probably every couple of hours.
Just because
Just-
he was crying.
And so he can get
So
out
he
and
could
run
get
around.
out and run around and walk. And he did. He ran around. He walked. He jumped. He played. And we stopped for like 30 minutes to an hour. Get back in the
Are you
car.
kidding
I
me?
would have
No,
left somebody.
yeah.
What happened to the days of just unbuckle your seatbelt if you're uncomfortable? Let it,
You can't, it's illegal to unbuckle a seatbelt.
That's what I'm saying. You already speed. You already going,
Well,
breaking the rules.
It don't sound like they was speeding.
No.
If it took 17 hours.
My mother taught me how to drive. We were speeding.
Don't get too proud of it though.
I am. We were speeding, but it was just having to stop with him so much.
Imagine going the speed limit. It probably would have took y'all 24 hours to get there with all these unnecessary stops to appease a child.
Not even 2.
And see, the 6-year-old is too small to sit in the front seat. So both adults are in the front and both kids are in the back. And the baby is taking stuff out. It takes out his pacifier, drops it on the floor. He's eating grapes, drops them on the floor. Drops his toys on the floor. And then as soon as something hits the floor, he wants it. And you can't reach back there and get it. I can't reach it. My mama can't reach it. So we got to pull over just to get all his toys.
This is ridiculous. It seems like y'all
The
don't.
longest car ride of my life.
I would have. I wouldn't have
Y'all
survived.
should have took a class on how to travel with children. Because y'all absolutely failed.
This seems all the way wrong.
I'm upset, and I ain't even.
I
on the
wasn't
trip.
there.
I would have been so pissed.
Now on the way back, we did pretty good time. He seemed to last a little longer in between each break. We only stopped maybe 3 or 4 times. We did pull off the road because we ran into the storm that hit here yesterday.
Okay.
We also we stopped a couple of times for him, but by that last stretch, I finally said, "Mama, just let that boy cry, please. I want to make it home."
Right. How did he do? Like just being down in another city, away from his mom.
Actually, he was very good. He was well behaved. My grandmother's got a lot of crystal, a lot of glass around the house, and he didn't touch any of it. He was well behaved. He just clung to his grandmother.
Okay, your mama.
All
right.
So he wouldn't let her go anywhere without him. So she pretty much had a growth on her hip.
Did y'all get paid for this?
Of course not.
That's what I don't understand.
Why?
You
Why?
traveling on a vacation with somebody else's kids. I know they're related to you, and
But
then
it's still somebody else's
took a
kids,
12
goddamn.
added 5 hours
To
to
your-
our travel time.
Don't add
and
that
it just
in there.
seems so miserable.
Well, my
Yes.
mother wanted wanted the baby to meet his grandmother, the Great, before she dies.
Oh gosh,
He ain't gonna remember that.
I mean, you made it sound like she on her way. Like,
Well, she's 86. She might not be literally on her way, but
Oh, okay.
She still live by herself.
Oh, no.
I was about to
She
say
can't
she
live
doing all
alone.
right then.
No, she lives with my uncle. Or
Oh,
they
okay.
live with her. They moved into her house.
okay, to help her out.
And she stays in a room. She's had her mattress for 35 years. Won't get rid of it.
That's when you
She
got
probably
the
didn't
little,
want you to. She probably didn't want you to tell us that.
No, she said it's in good
Is she
shape.
like she really on the internet listening to other show? Might be.
But
She
talk
just told
about-
her grandma on the way out.
that was in confidence. She just wanted you to know, like, this is
Yeah.
comfortable. 35 years worth
She
of
won't.
comfort.
She gonna call you
I mean,
tonight.
I tried, but she
I heard
wouldn't
you,
do it.
bitch.
That would be funny. No, but she does okay. She's always been almost blind in her left eye.
Say it ain't so.
About a year ago, she's been like that from birth. About a year ago, she had a surgery in her left eye, so now she can see.
Like LASIK type.
At 85?
Yep. And so
She-
now all she does is reads. She just reads like crazy.
Okay. I mean, what do you know what made her wait so late? Like, I would have wanted
They
to see
always
good.
said there was nothing that they could do.
The
They
technology.
will always
probably.
look at that eye and say it's nothing we can do about it.
Okay.
You can.
So it
it's
wasn't
nothing.
because she just was
No.
afraid of surgery or something like that and just said, forget it.
My great grandmother took her when she was little to try to get the eye fixed.
Okay.
It was nothing they could
Oh,
do.
well, that was back in
Yeah,
the
yeah,
40s.
yeah.
And
I wouldn't
30s.
have want. They probably would. She probably would have had an eye on top of her forehead. So,
But I mean,
yeah.
throughout the years, she's had it checked, and every eye doctor she's ever seen has said there's nothing they can do about it. But this last time she went, and the doctor said, "You know what? I want to try this and just see what it does."
Ooh.
I mean,
I guess-
probably, the technology caught up with it now.
I know, but the word
Let me try.
That's
But she can't see out of it anyway.
She can't
so,
see, so.
You know, hey.
And I guess at 86, she's probably thinking, if I can't
What?
see for the rest of my life, what difference does it make? I mean, she
Let's
even
try.
told me, well, I'm glad you came to see me because I might not be here the next time you come. Like, grandmother.
Hey, she
well,
realist.
well, she probably know you don't come that often. When was the last time you went down there?
Oh, about 6 years ago.
Exactly.
Hey, and 6 years, 6-year-old is precious.
Yes.
I guess.
92?
Yeah, you're right.
87.
Maybe you need to cut that down a little bit just to, spend as much time as
I
you
plan
can.
on going back again this summer.
If
with
you
my
take
best friend.
kids, I don't want to hear
No,
about
no.
it.
I'm going with my best friend.
Okay.
And so I'll stop and see her because we're going down there this time for fun. I spent the whole week with old people.
And kids.
Yes. So
This sounds so miserable.
And then, I mean, it seemed like nothing fun was
I
out of that.
enjoy spending time.
But
with
you
my
have an old,
family, so.
you're older and you have an old soul, so I can understand.
I enjoy spending time with my family, so it wasn't really bad. Just that little one, and it's not so much that he was bad. He was actually very well behaved, but he's still 18 months old.
Right. I understand. I just wouldn't have even taken the chance to bring his ass.
You
That's just
can't
me.
take your eyes off of an 18-month-old. And my mom wanted him. He did see a lizard.
Okay.
So he just watched the lizard walk around the pool. So he saw that.
Did your grandma give you like the last notes of your family?
Yeah, well, she gave me some. Yeah. But I got to go see my Aunt Ethel. She's 100. And they keep telling me go talk to her.
What?
She's the
know,
bookkeeper,
just
you know.
The keeper of the book.
Yeah.
Right.
It's-
Between my grandmother and my great uncle, they pass on information all the time.
to you. Okay.
Like he said, I'm the keeper of the book.
Yeah. She
I
got
really
all the
am.
old pictures.
I keep it all. Yeah.
Right on.
So, but anyway, so I get home, and the first news story I see is a 70-year-old cabbie accused of raping his passenger.
Cab driver?
Yes.
Okay.
This is why I refuse to get in a cab.
And he's 70? How
70,
old was
Johnson County.
How old was
Yeah.
the
They didn't say about anything
victim.
about the victim. They just said he was 70.
I just feel like, well, that's jacked up, first of all.
Yes.
But I feel like anybody should be able to overpower a 70-year-old. Maybe this is just me in my head thinking that they, the older you get, the more brittle your bones are,
Maybe go to the gym a lot, and so he got strings
He
somewhere.
might
And
not
then-
have brittle bones. He might
And
not
then
have
you
osteoporosis.
70 and you still trying to take it?
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? Where in the hell is your wife? Where in the hell is your... I feel like you're supposed to be sitting down.
Maybe he at his tipping point because he couldn't get it, and so fuck it, I'm just gonna take it.
And then, unfortunately, he probably might be at the age of in his life where he don't care if he goes to
Yeah,
jail.
that's what I'm saying. It's just like, hey, somebody gonna take it from him though.
Oh,
We go to
Lord
jail.
have mercy. Lord have mercy.
Oh, Duke.
Don't dig me down,
Don't dig
Duke.
me down, Duke.
Lord. But now that you mentioned rape, I actually have a quick rape story that is jacked up. And it's one of what I call what the F stories.
Mm-hmm.
It's a father, his 14-year-old daughter was raped.
Mm-hmm.
And his response to the situation, I believe she ended up getting pregnant.
Mm-hmm.
He took his 14-year-old daughter to the city where her rapist lives to marry the rapist.
Wow, he must really be old school.
But I can understand, you find out that your daughter had sex with somebody.
Yeah.
And, when she ended up getting pregnant and, it may have been an older guy. I think the guy who raped her was like 20. He was in his 20s, but she was 14. But I'm not going to forcing your daughter
Is that even legal?
to
No, I
at a
don't think so.
well, if it's the father giving consent.
But still, I don't know if that's still legal.
It ain't like he getting goats in return, like
A dowry.
this how, yeah, like
Well,
they doing in India
but
and all that.
It's wrong altogether. Altogether.
Oh yeah,
And I'm like, I mean,
this
can
America,
you
Jack?
see the way I think? If I don't know how maybe how the daughter, like, it seems like they know each other for some, somehow.
The man,
Yeah, the rapist. But if we go into the city where the rapist is, it's so that I can beat his ass. It's
Yeah.
not so that I can
Right.
give my
give
daughter,
my
to
daughter
him.
over to him. To make it maybe right in the eyes of.
It seems like that'll be a double head trip. You already like traumatized by the rape.
Yes,
and now
you got to
gotta
live with the rapist. He ended up. Oh, I'm sorry. Were you going to say something?
But I'm pretty sure,
no, I'm just
the
outdone.
dude that raped her ain't gonna like consent to it. Yeah, okay.
I think they got married.
Are you kidding me?
They got married, but then I don't. The article doesn't go into how the marriage was dissolved. I do know that the rapist is serving 15 years in prison, and the father who decided that it was a good idea to take his daughter
should
down
serve
there.
something just for
He got
not having good
120
judgment.
days in jail.
I hope Duke got
120 days
It
in
was
jail
probably
for putting
illegal
his
for him to
daughter,
give her-
Yeah.
it was
in that
probably illegal
situation.
for him to give consent.
It was dumb,
I
was
don't
stupid.
first and
disagree.
foremost.
It was child endangerment.
Yes, and I think that was the.
Part of why
The
he got
charge,
the sentence.
yeah.
It's child endangerment.
I said, what kind of
Where your
hick
mind
bullshit is this? To where that's one, I wouldn't even, that wouldn't have never crossed my mind.
Well,
You know
maybe I
what?
should take
well,
her
since
back
he
to
got you
him. Yeah,
pregnant, he gonna
gotta
take care of your ass. No, she
Maybe
didn't
she got
want-
on his nerve. Maybe they didn't have the best relationship.
You don't
and
think he
so
liked his daughter?
that's the only reason I could think of. You shouldn't have been out there. Like she could have been hot to trot. Wearing short skirts and
That's
shit.
a possibility.
And so he was like, "Hey, you got to live with the dude now since you out there."
I want to know where the mother.
And he got too real.
That's one of the things the article didn't, say
mother
where the
is.
mother
Where the
was in this
mother
whole
was.
situation, because I'm sure she
Maybe
was.
she's not.
She was needed. She was
Maybe
needed
she-
to
maybe
talk
she
down her
passed away.
stupid ass husband and also be a comfort for her daughter and not a.
Maybe
you know
she
what?
passed away.
Maybe.
Man,
I don't know.
It
The
seemed like
article
that
doesn't go
the
into.
father didn't have like somebody to bounce that idea around with, and he just, and he went with his gut.
I feel like he
You
didn't
know.
ask the right people. He didn't ask anybody.
That's what, he didn't. That's what I'm saying. He didn't have nobody to bounce that. He had no best friend. He didn't have nothing.
He didn't pray on it.
He didn't do nothing.
Yeah.
Jesus wasn't his friend. Then. Oh man.
Lord have mercy.
Okay,
crazy.
so have you guys seen this Japan commercial for Kyobi detergent?
I don't live in Japan. So.
I haven't seen it. I've been hearing about it though.
Well, it's been
Being very,
posted
very
on social
controversial.
media.
It must be on YouTube or something like, or Facebook.
And so from what I can see, this is just the visual of it. There's a black guy and a Japanese woman or Asian woman, let's just say.
Okay.
And the black guy walks in and, looks like he's into her and all of that. She throws him in the washing machine, turns it, puts the detergent in, and he comes out as an Asian man.
Yeah. That's what the controversy is. Almost like they're saying that,
Bullshit
black is
racist.
dirty,
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
This can even wash the black off
Yeah.
of a person.
which is bullshit. But
I'm more than
it's
offended.
it's another country, and I feel like in other countries they don't really see the racism or like comprehend what it really is. They just think it's a joke.
Black folk around the world is like at the bottom of the totem
Yes.
pole as far as respect.
Because you don't not only see like different products that have like white people in blackface, like they just don't care, or they just don't get it.
Well, now there's I can never remember her name. She's an Asian actress. I want to say Mary Cho or Lucy Cho.
I'm about to say Mary Kate.
No, she's a Cho. But
Okay.
anyway,
Margaret Cho, the
maybe
comedian.
that's it. Yeah, she's a comedian.
Yeah.
So she was talking about how even here now, you remember blackface in the day. Well, we still practice, Japanese and Asian face in movies.
Kabuki.
Well,
Kabuki
not necessarily kabuki, but we will choose a white actress to play a Japanese character or a Japanese person. The
Oh, they'll
history
choose
and
a
all
white
that.
actress for any
Right, they'll still
Indian,
choose
a
white
black
actor
person
to play a black character. But
Oh, why?
she was talking about how in Japanese culture they like the lighter you are. Period. So even like white people, they try to whitewash them. That's kind of where kabuki came from because they're trying to whitewash them too. So I guess they just want you to be a pale white splash down there.
Really? I didn't know this.
I knew that because just theater classes, but yeah, that's funny. How they do their own face white.
Yeah,
that's a
they
different
do their own
complex right
face
there.
white. Yeah, it is. It's really different.
But they saying like black folk here like bleaching and all of that now. So.
Oh yeah, it's becoming a big thing.
Yeah.
Like more
Especially, like,
recently,
in
Little
Jamaica.
Kim,
Yeah.
exactly. And like
I could not believe that was her.
it doesn't look like her. She's went through so
She haven't
many
looked
different
good
changes.
since 2000.
And I think her explanation behind it, how I guess the guys that she used to date used to always be more attracted to the fair skinned girls or whatever.
But she
Dating
It's
like stupid
She had
guys.
a nice little
she
calm
had
skin.
She had nice skin. She was beautiful. She was thick. She had a nice
Hey.
little cooter. Like just everything
Really?
about. Well,
Oh, that picture?
Yes.
That old eagle.
Yeah, when
eagle
she was
spread?
spread. Oh hell yeah!
That thing was.
You
dropping
ask
down.
any young man that's our age, we know about that damn
that
photo.
little Kim poster.
I sure don't know about it, but okay. Keep
You
going.
you know what we talking about.
Unfortunately, I know what you're talking about. I just have not seen the photo.
But it's just sad the way our minds are set up to believe. Well, and we do it all the time to ourselves when we attribute like beauty to anything that's lighter. When you see somebody that's darker skinned, then you don't really. You may say it's okay, but not everybody. Let me not generalize, but not everybody feels the same way. But for the most part, when it's someone who is darker skin, darker tone, we always got this light skin, dark skin thing going on, and we always attribute dark skin to like bad or ratchet or nappy, and vice versa with the light skin.
But that's the brainwashing over
Most definitely.
over the centuries. I mean, think about it. The house nigga
Yeah,
had to be lighter,
Right.
And if you were lighter skin tone, you got to stay in the house,
a
and you
little
got
bit
a
more
better
privileges.
life. Yeah, you got more privileges. The master and the mistress was nicer to you. So that's brainwashing.
and a lot of
over
times the master
years.
and the mistress was nicer to you because you were actually related to the master.
Well, that's,
Yeah, he was
and that's
fucking.
why you was a little lighter.
Exactly.
Old Becky
So-
with the good hair.
Yeah.
Okay, so what's that chick's name? The crazy girl.
Beyonce.
No, the white girl from Australia.
Iggy Azalea. Why do you call her
did
a crazy girl?
I call her crazy. I didn't say they. I just call her crazy. But she said that Becky with the
good hair.
with the good hair was supposed to be a white girl.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yes.
Because whenever I say anybody with good hair, I'm usually referring to somebody black with good hair. White people mostly have good hair, so why are we?
Well, we based the name Becky.
Becky.
Yeah. Most well, when
You
I was
say
growing
Becky,
up,
that's
if you talking to a black guy, you say, I had a Becky, it was little
It's a
Becky.
white girl.
We know that you're talking about a white girl.
Okay, so that is a slang term as well.
Yeah.
Okay, got it. Because I was confused, and she was like, "That's just a racist."
And
term.
then I
I'm
feel like
okay,
the
really?
good hair comment is kind of going back to what we were talking about with the light skin, dark skin, and how you got a lot more women thinking that good hair equates to long, silky instead of natural.
Right.
So I think that's goes back to
Well,
that.
and I mean that's when black girls normally refer to somebody with good hair. They're not talking about a white person. Black girls are usually talking about another black girl when they say that. Oh, she thinks she got good hair. They talking about a black girl who's got long hair and who's lighter and that whole
Maybe she twists it up and maybe she it's a light skinned black chick, and so they go like you call like a dark skinned dude to act like white. They
Uncle
call him
Tom.
or a burnt cracker.
Uh-huh.
Becky with the good hair, burnt cracker.
I was just
Possibly,
kind of
You
wondering.
know.
But she said it was a racist term, and I thought, now you got to be kidding me. I can't even go there with you right now.
I ain't got time though.
And that's why I call her the crazy girl. She immediately became the crazy girl after she made that statement.
She been
But I mean,
the crazy girl how she rap.
I don't think it's like far fetched for a white girl who is so stigmatized by black folk because she tries to appropriate our culture, and so everybody attacks her. And so when she sees or hears Beyonce do almost the reverse, then she tries to jump on the bandwagon and like, oh well, everybody's talking about me and saying that I'm doing this, then I got something to talk about now.
I'm
She
sorry.
need to, like sit down for
it's
like
still
good 2
too
years
soon.
and then come back with like a indie.
For any
album
white
with a real
person to
voice.
say anything about racism to me is just, it's too soon. The way black people are treated, especially in this country, for a white person to utter the words racism, oh, this is racist. No. That and the other thing I hate is when gay people say we're being oppressed to like black people or discriminated against like black people. Don't get me wrong. Gay people are discriminated against, but do not compare it to black people because it's a whole nother level. And it's a level that you won't understand unless you are black.
I understand what you're saying.
So anyway, I get off my high horse now. That's all. Did you have another story for us?
I had one more WTF or what the F story. I'm trying, to cut back on my cursing. You know what I mean?
This will last
trying
for
to,
1 week.
turn over a new leaf.
Only on the radio.
Not in real life. Did you think that was a little bit of hate or what?
No, that's the truth.
That's the truth. Okay. Truth per you.
That is the truth. You be playing the game and cussing like a motherfucker.
I wouldn't have said MF like that.
At the TV, in real life, yeah.
Anyway, a woman in Maine has been charged with shooting at her husband during an argument. And, they were talking about, I guess she thinks that he's cheating or something like that. And so they had this big domestic situation. She ended up getting arrested. I think she shot at him and the gunshot or the bullet went into the mattress. He called the police. They came, picked her up. And her mugshot was what was interesting in this entire story. Is she has on a shirt that says, "Stop domestic violence." It's like, you are perpetuating.
Yeah, the epitome of what?
Yes.
of
You got it's like you pulled out the gun.
Yeah.
You started this shit. And you got a nerve. And the shirt looks so nice. It got a little purple ribbon and everything going. Stop domestic violence. All the while, you out here making it do what it do. Like, but you ain't gonna do that shit to me.
That's like somebody with their name on Facebook. Jesus is my everything.
And cussing.
And they little note, they post is just wrong. Anything but your name.
It happens all the time. You be done cuss somebody out and then have the signature, blessed and highly favored. That's their favorite one, blessed and highly favored. But I said, it's totally ridiculous.
That's funny.
It reminded me of like my auntie had a Jesus shirt on, but was cussing and calling everybody bees and everything. I'm like, hey, have you read your shirt today?
Have you tried it? Do you know him?
I'm like, you false advertising.
Because I'm sure he ain't tell you to do that.
But a big old I love Jesus.
On that note, I'm going to say good night and thank everybody for listening. Join us again in the next couple of weeks for a new show.
All right.
Peace.